The streets will flow red once more.
The streets will not flow red.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? And here I was trying to be polite.
That smell coming from her paint bucket, red-dyed heavy fuel oil, is only used in government vehicles, or at least that's the idea. She turns her head to face the coast and nods disdainfully. Hatred, disgust, it's different.
That is on her.
The woman on the boat does not notice.
On a first-name basis with her, are we? Have you got a crush on her? Can't you tell? I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. This place is severely lacking in. I thought I'd mix it up, you know. Have you ever tried your hand at graffiti? We rarely see pigs round here, though. Yeah?
Let's be realistic. What are you going...
You heard your partner, Piggy. I'm unstoppable. I ain't no snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage.
Actually, there is a shortage of...
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock. Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little... What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? Ugh, alright, sad Piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time. No. That's all the snitching, Cindy the Skull. I have a weakness for animals.
Or a weakness for police officers, miss.
Watch your...
That isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram. The star and antlers was developed in... Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the... nothing at all. You hear someone walking around inside. Rearrange. You have plenty of reason to enter. Well,
That was smart.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you? Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every...
Boy, there are a lot of different keys.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too? Very well, but please make it quick. I need to be back in La Delta in an hour. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. It was some kind of a moribund old man who used...
A sudden serious look crosses her face.
But that was months ago. Anyway, was there any... Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can eat a hole in the wall. Can you believe it?
The sum must have been puny.
These apartments are perfectly fine. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. Of course.
Yes?
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Yes, well...
Your statements are too vague to... This door is made of metal and a number 20.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. We should return tonight after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? Tonight at 9 p.m., right here, apartment number 28. Good.
all around.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see. Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. Am I right? Of course. Anything to... I am sorry to...
Well, hello. Someone light reflects off the green glass. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have... Fine. We're not worried. You'll crawl. This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual. The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making the faded marks are too degraded to... They look pretty ancient.
Where? There? Those are old. Yes, the one that happened half a century ago. We should focus on present crimes.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for...
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking.
No, absolutely not. Are you a policeman or a nanny? They are not missing.
You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance.
What? That's just... My daughters are... They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them. My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 16. Jenny, she is turning 18 next month. Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're not missing? That there is no investigation?
Okay, it must be asked then.
I don't mean to disrespect, sir.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get like this. It's better to indulge him at this point.
I don't even have...
It's a trap. Never ever say what.
Great. Nothing.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Please, let's do.
The woman before... A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of
Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a lousy auras there. I've heard they turn people into
An endless variety. There's also a large books in a board game section. Who wants to read? There's a box that says, that price is steep, but you see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books.
She speaks almost as if she's trying. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled. This is a traditional Seminese ward. Inhabitants, aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing. These shelves are open. A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling crime fiction. These books, what's more, not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, you see, a killing is declared. Dick Mullen in, yes, the tragedy. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick? Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across a worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard. Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? Then this is the book for you. The plaque on the shelf reads, browsing suddenly, a high speed next to Earth. Next to that,
I really must insist you buy one of the books. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you.
several maps have been attached. The maps look old. This large map Ozon disintegrating. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore, radiating outwards from you. The suzerain Reverchon. The ocean breaks apart, connections to other worlds. Words, perhaps they are gods. Gods of the north coast of Avert. To the east, rolling hillsides. Hudon. It's so small you can't. No, Coal City is worse. A child. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was, from when some design studio people tried to...
The place does not look like a success.
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and amidst the various... These three things are the point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't. It serves platitudes, wholeness, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself. The book features chapters on topics such as, there's even a chapter on the
Welcome to crime. Be welcome. And please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with
What in God's name is she talking about?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting... She can, if she has enough will.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
She stands stiff and she's looking for one. But there's simply...
Oh no. Hold on. I need... There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress. Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Exactly. Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon, it's a proper place to live.
Your head feels light and dizzy. A cold breeze, monstrous buildings loom. Oh, there is no life in Grand Coudon.
Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowd. He made the initial investment.
Super silent, almost inaudibly so.
She's been too busy helping me here. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of...
And hell freezes over? Never mind. The woman looks aloof. The curtains tattered with... Just as you're about to pull apart the curtain.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customer. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide...
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not like anyone was... I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please...
The curtains do seem frail suddenly. Not...
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. No! Please just talk to me, officer.
Talking is always... The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Hello again, esteemed officer. And I already told you, it's just a storage room. Just let it go, officer. Go.
She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half yet.
I'm not tense, I'm just... Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from...
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence. As if It's not good to talk about the curse.
Wow. Void raves.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that... Oh, this! No! It's a special Himian. There are numerous spells cast throughout...
Desert Pygmy Shaman. Doesn't seem like the spell is working. There are no customers around except you.
Sir, I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts. I know what to do and what to avoid. Discount my wares? Besides, this would only tempt the phantoms of doom. They can sense the desperation, you know. Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to...
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective. Slither up to her, You silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Are you sure? You're no paradetective. You look nothing like one.
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
How do you know?
Here we go.
You're part Simonese. Oh, it means I'll meet you. But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us. If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it? Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney? Yes, that chimney is part of some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find... Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious.
What do you discover? Probably just some office space.
Okay, but please, only a few questions.
The woman looks aloof. You see a set of tattered curtains. You see a dimly lit room.
Oh!
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you. Only an echo. A hollowed-out dark. After exerting some force, you feel the tiny hairs on the back of your neck rise up, as if someone's standing right behind you. Barbell lies on. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No. Yes? What do you want to know? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
The lieutenant adjusts his collar. It doesn't look like he wants the case to be more mysterious.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity. The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the industrial harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Well, sort of. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competition. Somewhere in your mind hangs a dark green blackboard. There are 2 columns. One says, cases solved. The other, confirmed kills. Clearly, he has already formed his own theory.
A good joke. It's not that many. Officer, I'm sure you have a... Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? If not, we should move. Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drink.
A tremble comes over you. Another after effect of ethanol poisoning, perhaps. Feels like...
Well, technically. The official...
A common accounting gimmick used to inflate precinct stats.
I'm good enough for this case. I'm not here to compete. I came because I had to. Yes. I'm an unrepentant spoiler.
The rows are endless. Jean Vicmer, Judith Minot, a special consultant. What was his name?
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late.
I've considered it. It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise. It's dark. And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand. Right.
Your flashlight slides over and some of the writing has faded with age. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures, translucent welkins, with organs. You should adopt one of those one of the welkins, towering among its Vara Hamira, the hull door,
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures. Some people really like building a world. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. Political commentary. That one just look at those details.
The photo collage depicts barren. Entire oceans have been frozen. You see primitive oil rigs, albeit dark and cold. A pinned postcard reads, This is a monthly calendar. It looks a bit like an Mini-Me stands for a mini meeting. As time goes on,
Looks like they didn't make it.
a note in the bottom left, the handwriting is only partly legible. The full text reads, "Outside, a cold wind wraps the building. This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube shape.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone in.
What he means is that these things cost money. This is the Ream Civic radio computer model.
We have one of these down at the station, but I never
The machine lights up like some prehistoric. It's empty like a beehive.
This is where the memory should go.
Nothing. Something's missing. There's no tape in the. Nothing happens. Nothing. Something's missing. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marble. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. History classes, radio frequencies, it seems, unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. You think so? The web is comprised of radios. They must have had massive air width. These things don't come cheap. Whoever decides to call in to a list of names under the stations suggests there's no way a little basement student.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? No, that's not it. I think
Like he's ready to lay out a.
it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers. Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway.
Super cool. Someone should.
Not to my knowledge. They make,
Not in Revachol West.
but I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isola through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. And then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller
Coordinating so many games would take a whole.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but it's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? The lieutenant doesn't answer. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster.
Of course, just a giant iceberg-shaped fruit. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets. A friendly cartoon bear. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream.
Somewhere in the past, it's summer. 5-year-old Fifette lets go of her mother.
I know. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity. The note is written with a blue pen.
Does it say?
This is tangential at best, but someone has scribbled. S. I can't believe the off-site copy. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
The lieutenant nods.
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory.
It's like the production schedule you found.
Really? You don't have a single guess? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter. I don't know. I assume it's somewhere...
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those racks. There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs, rummaging around. Most of them are rusty and inoperable.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still beautiful. It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an...
A few bricks have fallen. This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your... You slip your fingers under the frozen... No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super... If you want to try again, then you need to... This orange machine is buzzing like an old... Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. An electric sizzle. The room, something close to you, dies with a...
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one. This orange machine is dead still. It has a... A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace. No one has used it in ages. No signs of it.
It's dark and grimy here. The echo is so prominent.
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
A lush layer of coal. Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cave painting for future archaeologists. No, that would be stupid. The hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts. You muster all your strength. You're dehydrated. The chatter from the chimney continues on as then again. Maybe it's...
Maybe you should let your voice rest, officer. Try again later.
This old fireplace is covered. The whole thing resembles tiles on like a smooth draw. The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, a bar of fabric right above. The static gets louder.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislain. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. Yes. Is that the production schedule? If you are unsure, could you please take a look? Open the hatch on the compartment. Don't touch the wires. A current is running through it. Good. Please repeat.
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy.
I'm afraid we are not doing that. Unless we want...
Now, can you please repeat the password? No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for...
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have...
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently... One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interaction.
That's not bad.
Any other questions? Yes, I am a...
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
I work as a repeater at the East End. As for me, well...
On an island on the river Esperance, A small woman.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do for thank you.
Tiles on the cube are nothing happens. Tiles on the filament slides. This orange machine is dead still. An old called East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area. You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. Silence. No one answers your call. Silence. No one answers. Silence. No one. You hear static from the intercom speaker. You can almost hear them breathe.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place...
She sounds almost antique. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you.
She must be mistaking you for someone else. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please.
Sounds like a ghost. Wind.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to work here, it's been...
A spot of static override.
It's so nice to be able...
She sounds like the cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name card. Looks like someone has melted. You wait for a minute or two, but all you hear is you ring the door. What an ominous name for a hair salon. An off-key
Who knows? Please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid...
She thinks you're the gremlin child. What would he say to this?
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore.
A single beep indicates that the line... This button looks new, but...
This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.